Hi, I'm Olivia McPike. I'm your Miss Galaxy UK 2020, and you're watching the Pageant and PJ's podcast.
I think by now we could probably just get Olivia to host the whole thing. But hello, everyone. Welcome to Pageants and PJ's episode 89. Our special return guest for this week is one Miss Galaxy UK 2020, Olivia McPike. Olivia, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well, and congratulations on getting your introduction recorded right the first time this time.
What can I say? Well, I've had a few goes to get it right, so if I wasn't going to get it right this time, then I was never ever going to get it right. I don't think so.
No, and we were chatting a little bit before everyone else jumped on the Christmas tree. It is that same Christmas tree that was on many episodes ago that you never took down, and it is now looking really rather sickly.
No, she's thriving. Are you joking? Look at her. She's lovely.
Oh. Look, she's living her best wonky life.
No.
She's thriving. No, I thought,
she's bending over at the top, though. She's not thriving.
She's just a bit old, but she's fine. She's like me. Just stick a couple of sparkly things on her and she's good to go, man. She's fine. She's sound. But no, I thought strategy made it go on. She was here at our very first podcast at the beginning with the purple sash, and they were coming to an end. The Miss Galaxy UK reign. I thought she needs to be here, needs to be a part of it. So here she is.
Well, I was kind of actually hoping, if I'm honest, that the Christmas tree would be there because I think it's only fitting. But before we get too into it, we've got Danielle as usual, who's doing her best Steve Jobs impression, although she wasn't able to get her headphones working. And Giselle, who's subbing in for Chloe over in South Africa. Giselle thought we were on an hour ago. She didn't realize because I didn't tell her that it was actually on at 11 p.m. for her, not 10 p.m. for her. Giselle, are we keeping you up? Is it past bedtime?
For an old lady, but it's okay. Always be here for this.
Old lady, oh dear me. Okay. So let's get to the heart of the issue, both Danielle and Olivia. How does it feel that you're about to give up your crowns? I know there's a new one coming over, but it's handover coming up.
We are not giving up our crowns. We have got every pageant girl's dream, and we are keeping our crowns. We do, however, inherit a new title, which is very exciting. So we've got the dream, really. We're not having a handover. I call it a handover-ish because we're not doing a handover speech. All of our handovers will be done next year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you able to tell us what your new titles are going to be?
Go on, Olivia.
You go first. Okay.
Okay. I will be Miss Galaxy Wales.
And I'm going to be Miss Galaxy Scotland.
Woo!
How big? I mean, this, Giselle, I don't know how closely you know this, but with the Galaxy saga that keeps going on because of Corona, how big is the UK team that's going to be going over?
Who knows? It's just going to be one big family. It'll be good though, because back at the start it was like that. Well, not the very beginning. I think it was UK, but there used to be England, Scotland, and Wales going all the time. So it used to always be that way. So it's kind of going back to its roots. But it'll be fun. I think everybody's wondering what we are kind of thinking about it, if there's like mixed feelings or whatever. But it just kind of is what it is, isn't it? Like, I don't think anything's really went to plan the last couple of years, but the more the merrier, and it's going to be a good time and a good laugh, and it's just more, like Danny said, it's not really a handover. It's just kind of like, oh, who's going on holiday with us? This is going to be fun. Who's coming with us? Who's joining the group? So it will be a good laugh. It'll be good fun. But I mean, I've lost count of how many people are coming because they've obviously got the Ireland girls as well, which don't compete in Holly's system. Holly only does England, Scotland, and Wales. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people going. It's going to be a big finals night. I was actually thinking about this. So you know how you're always rushing to get changed in between rounds. I'm going to be kicking back, maybe have a wee cup of tea. There's going to be hundreds of time to get changed. I'll be like, oh, who cares? Last time I was trying to like take a bikini top off while stepping into a dress. Now I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to kick back. Everything's cool. Don't mind me.
It's going to have more of an international feel as well, because not only are all of the kind of countries that have national directors, obviously we're all going to be doubled. So same with Australia, Canada, Portugal, Bahamas. So it's going to feel more of an international, but also we have the delegates that won the sponsorship as well. So it's going to be a big international, which is what I've actually been hoping would actually would happen, because Olivia, you'd know, going to Grand as well. When you go to Grand, it really feels like you're at this big international, and you know, it has that feel to it. Now we're going to have pageant sisters all around the world. I think there's a delegate coming from South Africa now. We're going to know more people all around the world. So yeah, I'm excited.
Giselle, have you secretly entered Galaxy and not told me?
The secret's out, Giselle. How old are you?
Oh, guys, I wish I did and could join you guys. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It's not too late.
Well, you still got your international crown, to be fair, so you can't go around competing in any other systems just yet. But Giselle, you had hangover. I don't know, you might have had hangover, but you had handover recently. How did your handover go, the South African one?
Oh, yeah, the South African one. So it was very, very calm, and like I said, I didn't expect to cry though, because I knew I'm giving over an international crown much later. So I thought, this is all. Nah, I'm not gonna cry. No, and then the speech came. I was like, just being a very big baby, but but good.
Did you pretty cry? Did you ugly cry? Did you snotty cry? Like, what version of crying was it?
I'm hoping it was a pretty cry. I'm hoping.
There's the little tissue on hand going dab, 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 dab.
What was funny though, I didn't expect this, but what was really funny, I didn't expect a wave back from the crowd. You know when a girl waves when she's walking out? So I was waving.
Yeah, they were all waving.
And people in the back were just, they were sorry.
What? The audience was waving back at you.
Yeah, they were very, very happy. I don't know if they were happy to me go or just on the whole moment.
Bye.
See ya.
Dear me.
I didn't expect that. Didn't.
You sure you were at a pageant? You weren't like on the wrong stage by accident, and you were just waving at people and they're trying to wave you off the stage or something?
I wouldn't put it past you, but no, I went to the right place.
I wouldn't put it past you at all. We got Stacey watching from America. Ralph, you're going to have to remind me where you're from. I can't remember, Ralph. And Kirsty here has... He could be, yes, because I think he said he was going to be at Miss Earth USA. And Kirsty Brown here has said Hunter's O time. I've not heard that expression before. Hunter's O time. Well, let's start with our guest, Olivia. Why don't you catch us up with what you've been up to since you were last on? Because it's been a while, I think, probably at least a few months.
Yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been more than a few months. I think it's been quite a while, but I moved into my house, which is really exciting. me and my boyfriend bought a house in lockdown, which was fun. That was an experience, and we actually renovated it with the help of our friends and family. And we thought it was going to take 3 months, and it took 11 months. So it was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and I definitely was a bit naive going into it. But it's all paid off, and it's not completely finished. But I'm so happy to finally be in my own home with my own things, and it's just a really, really nice feeling. And apart from that, we were up and down to a few appearances. Me and Danny were in Blackpool together to watch Miss Teen Great Britain. That was good fun. And I've just kind of been living life, trying to prepare for internationals, but it's really hard because we don't have a date or anything yet. Everything's still a bit uncertain, but I've just been living life as much as you can. It's a strange feeling because usually you've got that date to be like, right, this has to be done by this date, or you've got a timeline, but you really don't right now. We're still all very like not sure what's happening, so it's a bit of a strange feeling. And
I reckon it's going to be first week of August. I think because it was planned last time as first week of August, and it has to be during the school holidays. So I reckon end of July, first week of August.
Yeah, we'll find out. But not really up to much. I was working at a really cool event a couple of weeks ago, doing makeup for one of my sister's friends. Her name's Jamie. She's a YouTuber, makeup artist, and she's from Scotland. Her name's Jamie Genevieve, so I'm sure a lot of people know who she is. She's done so well for herself, but she's she hasn't recently brought out makeup. It's just been the year anniversary, but she brought a pop-up to Glasgow, and she had her pop-up shop, and it was incredible. And it was so nice as well to be a part of that. She asked me if I would come and be one of the makeup artists, and it was so special because I remember my sister, going to college with her, and I even remember going to my sister's college and modelling for her when I would have been like 12, and to see they two grow up together and go through college and go and work in salons together, for her starting her YouTube and done so well. Now she's worldwide famous and got her own makeup counter, and it's just incredible. It was just such like a nice like all-round feeling to be like, oh my god, I remember you when you were so young, and now you've made such a success of yourself. But that was so exciting to be a part of that team. Really amazing. So yeah, definitely one of the highlights of my makeup career, so that was really exciting.
Always good to see someone that do well. It always makes you feel good. I'm going to bring up Olivia's Instagram so you can talk us through some of the renovations that you've been doing, because I remember seeing some of them. So this one, I really like this one. Is this was this your bathroom?
No, this is
where is this?
Room. This is our living room. So basically it's like a bungalow that we got, but the front part of the bungalow is over 200 years old, so it's really old. And the back of it has an extension on it, but we never put the extension on it. It was already there when we got there, but we obviously did that up as well. But when we tore down everything. We tore down all the plasterboard. We got a full new rewire. We got a new boiler, which we didn't expect, and it was really I didn't realise how expensive all those things were going to be. But when we tore down the plasterboard, we noticed, obviously, because the house sold, it had this lovely stone. And my boyfriend would have probably let it look like a medieval castle and left everything stone if he could, but I was not down for that. So he got a little bit, so he got like the window reveals and stuff. But it's really nice because, there's not a straight wall in this house. Every person that came to do work was like, you can't have straight like right angles in this house. There's nothing, even our wardrobes, they go in kind of funny. And he was like, they're like, oh, we can't do proper stuff here. And I was like, it's fine, it's just going to be quirky. But I think when we sell the house on, there'll be somebody that really loves the fact that we kind of kept those original features in the house and kind of put like a modern kind of twist on it. But yeah, I love the window reveals. I think they're so nice. I'm really house proud apparently now as well. I didn't think I would be. My room was a riot before I left my mum and dad's. Like, it was never clean or tidy. And now I'm just like, everything's white. Everything's white.
Is this part of it as well?
Yes, that's my bedroom. That's my bedroom. My wee sparkly bits. My wee Polaroid picture frame. How cute's that? I love that. I got that on Amazon. This isn't
I
sponsored by
can't
Amazon.
I'm just happy to see that people actually still print out photos. They're not all digital. There's actually
Oh, I
still a
love-
use for
I love printing out
actual
pictures.
How
photos.
aesthetic is your Instagram? It's all like black, white, and gold. I love it.
I
Do you know what?
know.
I actually hate this bathroom. Like the tiles are not what I thought they were going to be at all. I hate it, but it is what it is. I thought like it's just so annoying because when you get like samples, obviously they're tiny wee samples. I know, I mean improvement from what it was, but I hated that shower.
Oh, jeez.
Disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's an improvement.
I mean, come on. This is a lot better than what you've begun with.
I know. But it is better, but it's not. Basically, when the tiles came, it was like black and white marble with like brown running through it, so it looked kind of like real marble. Obviously, it's never going to look as good as real marble, but it's very expensive, so I couldn't obviously get real stuff. But it had the samples that I had like brown running through it, so it looked more like real marble. And the big tiles came, and they were like just black and white.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple that have bits of brown running through them, but
yeah,
that's what it is. That's what it is, and also because there's not a right angle in this house, you'll notice I'm giving myself away here, but the shower handles and the bath handles are not directly below each other. They're like sitting off, which really, really bugs me. It really, really irritates me, but it is what it is because they were just like, oh, can't move it. That's my wee alcoves.
Little cubby hole.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. I think we're going to put shelves in there, but I'm not sure.
I feel like you need something standing in there.
Yeah,
so I feel like as soon as you put shelves in there, you put stuff on it and it will be covered.
Yeah. Also, I'm not really into like shelves and lots of wee bits because it just collects dust and it means you need to clean more Christmas stuff up. I think that was October I had that up. Don't judge me. All the haters in the comments are going to judge me.
Olivia, you are our number one Christmas tragic. I think if you had your way, you'd never take the tree down. It'd be up 12 months of the year.
I might no longer be Miss Galaxy UK soon, but I'll always be the Queen of Christmas, so it's fine.
Oh my God,
take that. My handles. Yeah,
I love those handles.
Well, do you know something? CB&Q, they were trying to charge me like £300.
£200?
Yeah.
For a handle?
No, for like all of them. So I needed like 25 handles, and it was going to be like £200-300 for handles, and I thought, no, I'm not paying that. So I went on to Amazon and found them for like, it was like 20. I think I'm saying that.
£19.99 for a pack of 15.
There we go.
Wow.
So yeah, I love a bargain. I'm not paying full price for anything. You kidding on? Absolutely not.
This podcast sponsored by Amazon, apparently. And what have we got? What's?
So that's Jamie's pop-up. It was Vive. So her name's Jamie Genevieve, and she's called her makeup brand Vive. So that was really good. And there's the gals with their wee jumpers. It was so good.
Cute.
It was so aesthetically pleasing. There's me looking very happy working there. There's me, my sister. My sister got to work there as well, so it was real good. It was so fun.
That all looks very cool.
Yeah, well, it was really cool.
New house, new title, same old Olivia, huh?
Yep.
So, dear me, some things never change, and that's a good thing. Danielle, what have you been up to since last week when we had another Scot on? We had Christina, who dropped 88 episodes in. We'd gotten away without an F-bomb, and then Christina dropped an F-bomb.
She came in, she's up.
The bloody Scot.
Oh, I never would have expected Christina to drop the F-bomb. That is so funny.
I would have taken a Scot. It's either going to be a Scot, an Aussie, a Kiwi, or maybe an Irish person.
I'm so happy it wasn't me.
I'm so surprised it weren't me that'd be the first one to drop one. I'm a Cockney. Every other word is a curse word. So
I think you've been on constant sort of alert ever since we interviewed the first time, because I've always said you're the queen of self-incrimination. I think ever since then you've had to be very carefully like self-monitoring not to. But the funny thing with Christina was she didn't even realize that she'd said it. Like she just dropped it and then she kept carrying on. It's like you just said the F word and she's like, oh, did I? Oh, sorry. So, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, she's a legend.
All right. It was good fun. Yeah, what have you been up to?
I sorted out all the Miss Universe Great Britain images finally. So anyone that's sending their order forms in, I can literally just send them their photos now. There's no need to wait for me to organise everything. I spent a good few hours going through like 12,000 photos, and so me and my other half have decided that I need to invest in facial recognition software so that it will instantly just make boxes for each person. But no. At the moment, I go through every single photo and move them into each person's Dropbox. So it is a tedious process. So I need to look into getting facial recognition software for that. What else have I been up to? We had a party at the weekend, which was really nice. Jordan's family member. It was a 21 again because she had 21st in lockdown. So she's 22 really, but we had a big party for that. What else have I been up to? Helping Emma Coleridge as much as I can with sourcing her wardrobe for Universe. Been quite a stressful time, not gonna lie, but I think she's getting there. She's getting there. She's not had a lot of time, bless her. So just been trying to send out as many emails and message as many people to see if they can help. What else have I been up to? You know what? I caught up on quite a bit of sleep, which is what I've needed. So
you?
Yeah.
You slept?
I slept for once. I think I got 8 hours sleep one night. I felt like a new person.
Funny that.
Yeah.
Sleeping is
I'm on
actually
average
important.
about 4 to 5 hours a night. So 8 hours is like, wow.
I think you can get by with maybe 6. I think anything under 6 on average, you'll be feeling it.
Oh, I feel it every day.
Dear me. Giselle, how much sleep do you need on average?
See, I live for food and sleep. I feel like this is not fair to ask me, but a good 7 at least. At least.
That's
you live for food and sleep. I feel that should be on the tombstone of every pageant girl that lived ever. I lived for food and sleep. Giselle, why don't you catch us up with what's been going on since we last had you on?
Last time I was for the Halloween one. Proud to say that I've conquered my fear of spiderwebs. Step 1. Step 2 is actual spiders.
I didn't know you were frightened of spider webs. I thought you were just afraid of spiders.
Where there's a web, there's a spider. I don't take chances. I don't play that game. I don't want to be around to find out if he was home or not. So that I've been busy with just the usual work. I've done a few Miss Eco International projects, and this week is my next one. Very excited. So it's just before Christmas. We made little packs for less fortunate, just the basics. So that'll be very exciting. And that is about it. Further, nothing more.
And the handover?
Sounds
When
like
was
enough.
the handover?
Oh, that was the South African round. So we crowned the new Miss Eco South Africa. That was in Pretoria. Yeah.
Wasn't it the same weekend that Miss South Africa was on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I missed the entire show on my way home. You know, just on, and you had to pay for the live stream, and it was just a whole mess. So I just waited for the Facebook notification. That was about it.
I was surprised that they decided to put your guys' pageant on the same weekend as Miss South Africa, because I thought that's the one weekend you'd want to avoid. But I don't know.
Good show as well, because I watched it now, and it was a really good show.
It was on the same day as Miss Universe GB as well, because I was catching up whenever I got breaks.
It was a manic week or so, and it's not slowing down. I mean, we've got Miss Earth will be announcing their winner in, I think, 5-10 days, and you've got Universe going on, as we've talked about with Emma. Ireland announced their Universe winner, and I know Kat Walker, so she's going over. Then you've got
Grand.
World going on as well,
and
Grand.
They're reviving at Grand now.
Yeah, Grand is actually, and we have an Australian delegate going over. She was announced. I don't know anything about her, but she's been announced. So it's all like, after not much happening for kind of 2 years, it's all happening all at the same time. Olivia, have you kept up with all the pageant madness, or have you sort of like secluded yourself in your little bubble and kept away from it? Because I know that you like to sometimes just distance yourself from the whole craze of pageantry.
People think I dread to think what people think, but I love pageantry, I always will, but I think sometimes I just like to take a wee step back. But I don't think it's a bad thing, and I keep in touch with like a lot of people. Like, I've actually been talking to a lot of the Miss Galaxy contestants. A lot of them message and just kind of ask like about things and stuff. I was actually on a private like live with a couple of the contestants a couple of nights ago. There was only 6 girls that kind of showed up, but they just kind of asked if I would come on and talk about my experience. And it's obviously hard because I'm like, oh, I wish that I'd been internationals and could tell you about my time there, but I can't. But we'll all experience that together. But no, I think obviously I love pageantry. Like, it'll always hold a really fun place in my heart. But I do think, you know, everybody's got so much things going on. But I do dip in and out when I can. And just kind of keep up to date. But I love it. I really love see the lives and you get to talk to the contestants. I love that. I love talking to people and seeing what they're doing and how their journey will be. Because I think it's always nice to reassure people, because there were some girls that hadn't even competed before. And when I was talking, I was saying, you know, this is just my experience and what I did. This isn't what you should do. You know, this is just, a lot of the time it was quite bad because they were asking things. I was like, oh, well, I just kind of winged it. I got my dress on the floor.
I'm the same.
I'm like, don't do this. This is what I did, but don't.
I did this, but don't do that.
You two are both. You're both horrible. You're like, well, if we ask for advice, like, don't do what I did, but you guys won. So how can you go, oh, don't do what I did, but you guys won? Like, when I met up with Danielle. The first thing that I did with Danielle, we went to the place to get your printer cable. That she hadn't printed out her paperwork until like 48 hours before the actual competition.
I think I was printing them out the morning of the competition.
Oh no, I think I did mine the night before.
I remember, Olivia, the first time I saw you, you were walking up and down the halls of that place, not the actual place, your dress. Because you remember all the dramas you had with that dress, and then you were going up and down. Oh God, that was
because it was the first time. It was the first time I tried it on and walked, because I was lucky enough to get a spot with Maria to train with her in Manchester, like 2 weeks before Galaxy, and it was amazing. If anybody can get the chance to train with Maria, definitely do it. Like, it helped me so much, and I learned so much. It was incredible, and I definitely want to get some more training, but. When I showed up, because I was actually, that was the day that I drove from Glasgow to Manchester to get training from Maria, and then I drove from Manchester to Newcastle to get the dress, and Newcastle to Glasgow. But when I went to get my dress, I couldn't actually take it that day. So when I went down to Galaxy in 2 weeks, I had to go from Glasgow to Newcastle to Manchester, and then all the way back, then drop it off after the weekend. But when I arrived, Maria was like, "Where's your dress?" I was like, I'm picking it up after this, and she was like, right, okay. And then she said, where's your fashion wear? I was like, I don't have fashion wear, but it's coming, it's in the post. So she wasn't too impressed that I didn't bring the only thing she asked me to bring with me, but I was like, it's in the post, c'est la vie, it's not my fault, be fine.
I think a lot of people's didn't bring their, like, I didn't have my gown in time. My gown literally came like the day before I left, pretty much, and I had to pin it up.
I remember seeing your post on Instagram saying like, I've got the dress and it's more than I could imagine. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm still excited. I'm so excited for America. Is it? I keep saying America because I still think we're going to America, but it's not. Wherever we go.
Internationals.
Internationals, we'll say, to wear my dress. Because I got my international dress ages ago and I'm dying to wear it. I'm so excited. But it feels like it's going to be ages. I was thinking about wearing it to my handover, but that's just me being really, really impatient.
Well, have you decided you decided against it now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay!
The pageant stylist is doing a thing for me for the finals. It's going to be a Danny Latimer special, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's
like, Danny, I think I'm just going to wear my internationals dress for the handover. I was like, no, that dress is way too good for the UK stage. Save it, please. Don't waste that dress. It's phenomenal. It's too good.
So, I've been told. So that's that. That's that.
I like seeing on Instagram like all the people who just seem to casually mention, oh, after a last minute consultation with the pageant stylist. And then like you think one, it's okay. And then after you've seen 10 posts saying they just had last minute consultations with the pageant stylist, and I'm going to guess Danny hasn't had much sleep with all the last minute consultations. Like why are they all last minute? Don't people book in like 2 or 3 months in advance, Danny? They're just like pick up the phone, hello pageant stylist, like hello, this is the pageant stylist, can I help you?
And people wonder why I've had anxiety for the past few weeks, because when I get someone going, my pageant or my photo shoot's in 2 days, can you help? I'm like, oh my god, all the stress that they have, they then just like dump it on me, and then I have to come up with the solutions. And then after those sessions, I'm like, they're sorted, but that anxiety, like, is a. So yeah, if you can book in a few months in advance, I greatly appreciate it. But I'm not going to turn anyone away that, you know, if I can help someone. I have turned a couple of people away before in the past because there has been no time. I think it was just before Miss Universe GB, I had a couple of people message me and was like, oh, are you free on is it the Friday the 8th of October? I'm like, it's my birthday.
That's your birthday.
That's my birthday. I can't do it. I actually need to have a glass of wine and chill out. So yeah, I've had to turn maybe 1 or 2 people away just because of how last minute it is. But usually I can squeeze people in, and whenever I have someone message me, I have an idea in mind of what would suit them, and I already know what's on the market anyway. So I think someone messaged me the other day. They didn't book in, they just were a complete pageant newbie and just were baffled about the fashion wear round. And I know how it is when you've never done a fashion wear round, you're like, what on earth is a fashion wear? Where do I find these crazy pieces that people seem to have? So I'm open to helping anyone. I don't charge for a little bit of free advice. Obviously, I'm not going to be here picking out your entire pageant wardrobe for free, but I can point people in the right direction. I just said to her, look, there's loads of Facebook groups where people resell their fashion wares already made because it's too last minute to have anything made now, or you're better off just finding a really nice sparkly jumpsuit. So I can point people in the right direction if it's last minute, but they need to have time in order to purchase the item and have it arrive.
Yeah. I'd say it's almost a bad sign if they've left it to the last minute, because you'd want to have your wardrobe sorted out. That's probably the last thing you'd want to sort it out the last minute.
Yeah.
Is fashion wear just a UK thing? Because I'm now thinking back to Galaxy Australia. I can't. Maybe it's called something else, but I can't remember. Is it a fashion?
Because they do it internationals, so they model the nationals based on internationals, and fashion wear is actually an American thing. So they do it in like IJM, NAM, loads of American pageants, and then it's kind of filtered down to us with Galaxy, and then Team GB, there's a fashion wear round as well. And then, of course, new pageants have come along, and they've so UK's National Miss and Pageant. Was there fashion wear pageant? I don't think there was fashion wear.
Was there not a sports round?
Sports round was at UK's National Miss, but they also had a fashion wear, did they not?
I think they did.
Yeah, they had fashion wear. Yeah, because I styled a few people that wore fashion wear. But you find that the international pageants, if they don't have a fashion wear, you don't tend to have a fashion wear here. So, for example, Miss Universe, they don't have a fashion wear around there, so they don't have a fashion wear Miss Universe GB.
Yeah, that makes sense. Giselle, have you ever done a fashion wear round?
I have. Yeah. Well, it was for Supermodel International South Africa. So they also, for international round, they have sort of a fashion type of thing.
Okay.
And it's actually fun.
So are you ever going to post up that video of you saying South Africa and then the whole set fell down? I really want you to post that video up. It's so. Have you? You haven't posted it publicly, have you?
No, nobody really has seen it except for a handful of people.
It's so funny. So for Olivia, this was for Giselle's international pageant, which was in Egypt. So she's in the middle of the desert. And, you've been to Grand, you know how over the top you have to be. So she's standing they're in the desert, the wind is blowing, and they have this set that's all flowy and cloths and everything. And Giselle's standing there and she goes, South Africa, puts her hand up. And then the whole set, there's a gust of wind, and the whole thing just falls on her head, and she squeals and she's covered in.
I'm standing in the middle of the entire set, and I'm like, even after the director, he came to me and was like, your country is cursed. That never happened. And you were the last one, and this happened. No, I think that's what hasn't been public yet.
It has nothing to do with you. You didn't even hit it. You just put your hand up and then the whole thing just blew over and fell on your head. So
yeah, 100%. And the worst is they couldn't rebuild it again. So that was my only take. So the other girls,
you were the last one.
I was the last one, thank goodness. So my little piece was my little piece for the stage that night.
So they had to post it where you go South Africa and everything. So it comes end of show. Good night, guys. Thank you for coming.
Good night, guys. Luckily not. No. They could cut it before then.
Oh god.
I'll post
that's
it.
what. You should post it up because it's really, really funny.
Get it on TikTok. It'll go viral.
Oh,
do you have TikTok? Do you have TikTok, Giselle?
I downloaded it because I felt I'm a bit behind times. And then when I tried to figure out how this thing works, I just got very overwhelmed and just closed the app and haven't opened it. I have it, but I don't have it.
You're really not like a little old lady, aren't you?
Oh, I said this on Saturday. Because I was at a birthday party and we still have a curfew in South Africa. So places close around about the latest at 10 o'clock at night. And, out of the venue, still looking at my friend, I'm like, this is pathetic. I'm 24 years old, 9 o'clock in bed. I'm happy though, because I'm quite old, but on a Saturday night, no, not that old.
That's me. That is me. You're a girl after my own heart. I just love my bed. I love to have my jammies on. I like a hot water bottle, cup of tea, couple of biscuits in my bed, telly on. That's
I'm happy. 100%. A good movie, maybe.
My happy place.
Olivia, can you explain to me hot water bottles? Because they seem to me to be, I understand why you'd get them, but they seem to me the most dangerous way to keep yourself warm, because I was watching someone filling it up and, boiling water. And she's like, oh, you got to be careful because you probably burn yourself when you pour it in. and then you got to do it up, and then sometimes the lid can blow off because there's too much steam.
Yeah.
Aren't there
Nah,
easier ways to stay warm?
Do you not have hot water bottles in
They don't need them.
When it's 40 degrees, the last thing you need is a hot water bottle. I can tell you that much.
I never even thought about that. Yeah, no, actually, I've realised when I said when we was talking about that there, Kyle actually made me one for my feet for when I was on this, because my feet are always cold, and I've left it in the living room. But he was actually making me a hot water bottle the other night, and he poured kettle water all over his hands. But he heals. He's like Wolverine. He heals so fast. Like his hands are fine. I thought his hands are going to blister because he poured it straight from the kettle all over his hands. It just kind of slipped, and now he's totally fine. He's like Wolverine.
Is this why he's a fireman?
Probably
Exactly.
He can handle the heat.
He's immune to fire.
I've never known a fireman to burn himself so many times in my life. He always burns himself. Like, if there's anybody in this house that shouldn't be burning themselves, it's you. But I got another one the other day. So I've got like a normal hot water bottle, and then I've got one that's kind of like a horseshoe shape for around your neck, and it's like fluffy. But then I used it the other day, and I was like lying in bed, and I thought, oh, I'm scared to lie on this in case the pressure pops, and then I get hot water down my back. I thought, no. So I just have the other one at my feet. It's fine. I just lie the other one like this.
Okay, so why not just wear, for example, the feet one? Why not just wear fluffy socks?
It's not warm enough.
It's not warm enough. Like, I've got really cold feet, so I can't just put socks on and get warm feet. I need like heat. Like, I'm that really annoying girlfriend that's like, I've got my toes on your back and in between your legs and stuff. I'm like, keep me up. She's like, oh, get away from me.
Toes like ice.
Yeah, like ice cold feet.
It's a girl
Like,
thing.
I
I
don't
don't think men will understand how our hands and our feet feel
it's so
in
cold.
cold weather, because I don't think men get that. You don't really
Like,
get
my feet.
No, Giselle, I understand cold hands and feet, but I don't think someone outside's going to take it very kindly if I put my cold toes on their back.
Really?
That's why you get a hot
well
water.
enough. Just be like,
No, that's why I have my
"Excuse me, I
cat."
really need to
I put my cold feet under my cat, actually. Now that you mention it, I don't need a hot water bottle because I have a cat. But don't you have a horseshoe one, Olivia? Don't you have wheat bags? Because those work really well.
What bags?
Oh, you put them in the
Wheat bags.
microwave.
Oh,
Yeah, so they're
you get
filled
me
with wheat,
ones.
and they
I've got
smell
a
really
lamb.
nice too.
I've got a
Yeah.
wee lamb, and it's smells like lavender when you put it in the microwave. Wee lamb. I've got a wee lamb.
She calls
Smells like
everyone
lavender.
her wee lamb.
Aw.
Ellie, it's Ellie. I always say to, but she's not a wee lamb anymore. Because that's
She's
just, I don't know
not.
what it is. It's something that my mum says, and now I say it. Like, if you see like a wee baby or a small like child or something, she's a wee lamb. You're a wee lamb. Do you know what I mean? And I always say it to Ellie, and I'm like, you're not a wee lamb anymore. You're not a wee lamb. And they always laugh. Every time I say it to her, it's so funny. I love wee Ellie, but it's so strange because obviously she's grew up so much since we won, and I'm always like, oh, wee lamb. You can see she looks at me like, I'm cooler. I'm cool now. I'm not a wee lamb anymore. I'm too cool for that.
She taller than you guys now? Because she looks like she's sprouted a fair bit.
She is giving me a run for my money. She's almost a miss. She's giving me a run for my money.
I think the pinnacle moment of knowing that she'd grown up was when we saw her in the gym. You know, when we were at the Village Hotel in Blackpool.
Yeah.
And me and Olivia went down to go work out because I don't have a gym membership at the moment, and I'm not working out at all. And Olivia's like, yeah, I need to work out. And then we see Ellie in there, and we're like, what? You as a child, what are you doing in here? But she's like, no.
How old is she now? 15? 16?
Something like that.
You know,
yeah, she'll be 15, like 14, 15.
She was 14 when I interviewed her. This is the
15.
Junior Miss Galaxy UK, Giselle. So I think she'd be, yeah. I mean, look, that's for us here, that would be year 9. I mean, that's normal to be going to the gym at that age. What would be funny is if she was lifting heavier weights than you two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she weren't doing that.
What was she doing?
Bless her.
Cardio.
Yeah.
I think that they were hopping about on a few
They
things,
were.
weren't they?
They were hopping about. Remember they were trying to use the machines they didn't know, and they were like, "Oh, don't know what
Yeah.
to do." Just leave that. Just leave
And
that.
you were telling her how to do it, and she went to Yaz. Yaz, you do it. And Yaz was like, "No, I'm okay, thanks."
No.
Have you guys seen those funny TikToks where they've got people using gym equipment the wrong way? Like they don't know how to use, that's some of the really funny stuff.
Yeah.
I feel that would be me. This is why I avoid gym. I have a fear to exercise in front of people for this reason. People looking at me like, does she know that's a back machine and she's using it for a leg? And I just go, no, don't think so.
But some of the things are crazy. I think I remember, they've got like a pulley section, and there's like a woman. She's like, woo, like pulling on them. And she's like dancing with these pulleys.
Oh.
Yeah.
UK there, Giselle. You look like you're having some sort of reaction.
Hilarious stories though.
I think it'd be good fun to follow you around in the gym, Giselle, and see what you get up to. And saying all your English phrases that aren't quite English. I was chatting to Giselle like before we went live because she was on like an hour early. And she said running, you know how we say running around like a chicken with its head cut off?
Mm-hmm.
She says running around with a chicken, like a chicken with an off head. And I'm like,
off head.
Running around like a chicken with an off head. It's just like, I kind of understand what you mean, but not really. Giselle, are you having any issues understanding what Olivia is saying? Because I remember all the way back when I first started doing this, everyone's like, oh, I can't understand the Scottish. And I've never had any difficulty understanding Olivia at all. So just out of curiosity, are you having any difficulties understanding what Olivia is saying?
Not at all. Not at all.
Thank God.
Maybe like the little Scottish heritage that I have. Maybe.
Oh, there we go. I always I'm worried for internationals for interview. Surely I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm due like a couple of extra minutes with like an interpreter or something.
Or you just slow down. You're gonna have to slow your talking down.
I should get extra minutes. I should have extra time.
You'll be fitting in extra time in your interview without having the extra minutes.
We had a wee ages ago, Danny, wasn't it? We had like a wee not an Instagram live, but a Zoom call with Maria and Holly just for a wee catch up, and we were all kind of chatting away, and Maria was just looking at the camera like. And then she said somebody asked something about me, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm sure if I could understand what Olivia was saying." Yeah. And she's like saying something, of value. And I was just like, "Great, great. No one understands what I'm saying, but it's fine."
I think it might just be the Americans. Then the Americans seem to have a lot of difficulties understanding a lot of people, but I've never had any. I've had more difficulty understanding Irish accents. Probably more so than Scottish accent. I keep saying the only one I've ever had any difficulty understanding, the only Scot, is Brian Hayes. But then when I talk about Brian Hayes to other Scots go, I don't know what he's saying when he speaks really quickly. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, if the Scot doesn't understand what the Scot's saying, then I at least have an excuse.
Yeah, I remember. I'll never forget that Lauren Parkinson, the first time I met her, she thought that me and Brian were speaking Gaelic. Each other. She thought we were speaking like a different language. I was like, no, it was English. Just because they're talking too fast.
I like the stories from international pageants. I've had it, I think it was Chloe's had it twice. It might have been another Irish contestant at an international pageant, and someone said, oh, she's a lovely girl, Miss Northern Ireland. She just doesn't speak any English.
Yeah.
What did you think she was speaking then? I don't understand it. I don't find either accent.
We never had an Irish delegate when I went to Grand, but that's the hard time I got. Nobody understood what I was saying ever. Thank God I had Tina and Lauren, because I don't know what I would have done. I'd have starved. They'd have just been like, wouldn't have known anything that I was saying. Do you want a drink? Yeah, okay, bye.
Olivia, are you going to be doing any singing at International Galaxy?
No, don't even start me, right? That's a dagger in my heart. You've touched a soft spot, okay? I've learned from my mistakes. And do you know what?
Have you, though?
That's a cheap dig.
You know I'm anxious, and you've taken a cheap dig.
I'm gonna say
I'll never.
I'm going like,
Please.
and tonight
Don't.
we have a very special performance from Miss
A return
Galaxy
performance.
Scotland.
You know what?
You recognise her
You know
from the
what?
Miss Grand International stage, and here she is for one night only, Olivia McPike.
No, absolutely not. Do you know what? That is my most embarrassing story. That is the one thing I'll never let down. And do you know every time something happens or that song comes on in my family, my brothers and sisters always go, sing along if you know the words, because that's what I said. And I just say, I hate it. It's nice you think of you think of a memory and you just go, oh, why did I do that? And do you know what? Lauren Parkinson is to blame, because she was like hyping me. She was like, Olivia, I've heard you singing. We shared a room together for a week. I think you should go sing a song. You are musical theatre trained. Get up there, sing a song. You can do it. It was like girl power. There was about 80 delegates from all over the world. I felt the girl power. Everything was going, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this. And I jumped up, and it just went down like a lead balloon, because nobody could understand what I was saying. I thought Girls Want to Have Fun was like a universal song. I thought everybody knew that song. Apparently not. Apparently no one knew that
What
song.
song was it?
It was Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh god.
And I thought that was like, that was a great song to pick. I thought, this is going to be great. This is going to be like, this moment will go down in history in the Miss Grand history books. And it went down in history for the wrong reasons, because it was just the worst experience, and it went down like a lead balloon. And all I wanted was for Tina and Lauren to pull me out, and I was looking at them like, come on up, and they were just like that. No. I was like, get up on stage. It was the worst thing. It was so embarrassing. It was just terrible. But
there's a long history with people singing at Grand. When I was at Grand, loads of people at dinners would get up and just grab, because you get like a little 5 minutes, like all attention on you. Sometimes, like, my Miss Brazil was a professional singer, so I think she did it one night and was phenomenal, and everyone was like, oh my god, you're amazing, Miss Noah, oh Brazil, you're amazing, and then all the other girls are being like, I need to sing to get Mr. Nawat's attention. I need to sing for everyone to see me. So every single night it was like girls were fighting over the microphone and singing a song, and oh my god, the headache that I used to get. I couldn't wait to get home, because I'm like, I can't listen to any more girls squealing down the microphone. And our Miss Brazil actually sang in her top 10 question. So yeah.
Why?
That was interesting. She didn't make it to top 5, bless her.
She sung her answer?
I think they asked her a question and she went off on one and then just started singing and tried to get all the audience to sing in with her, but nobody knew the song.
Oh,
it was,
that makes
yeah.
me cringe. That's what happened to me.
If you Google Miss Grand National 2015 top 10 final question, you'll see it on there, bless her. Oh, no. And she's a great singer, but it was just not the moment. It was answer the question, not sing.
I really feel for her. That's a shame.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, so Giselle, if you haven't pieced it together, Olivia, when she was at Miss Grand, decided she'd get up on stage and sing. And she mentioned it. The only reason I knew about it was I think she brought it up as like one of her most embarrassing moments. And then it began this quest, because obviously she didn't want anyone to see it. And it began this quest to find it. And then one of our friends found it and sent it to me. And I thought it was so funny. Like, she sung really well is the thing. Don't listen to her going on about the lead balloon. She sung really well. She was in tune. But I liked the video so much I downloaded it. So if I ever need it, like I've saved it on my computer because I just feel it's going to come in handy one day. Like I could play it. Yeah. I could literally play it for you right now. I know exactly where it is on my computer.
No, don't be me.
When Adrian's sad, when he has a bad day, he watches that video for a laugh. But please don't. Oh, so bad.
Olivia has. We would just say Olivia's history on this podcast has been quite interesting. Like Giselle likes to say, she's special. So, Olivia, you remember, I'm just trying to remember your greatest hits. So you remember the time you brought the signs on and you had them back to front?
No.
Yep.
Right?
No, but the best thing was,
That
I
one?
wrote them, I thought, I have to let everybody think I'm daft. So I wrote them back to front. Like, I actually went out my way to write them back to front, but the camera was flipped anyway or something, so it was back to front. And I thought I was so clever. Yeah, my family slagged me for that as well. But yeah, I'm not really. I've probably not shown myself in the best light on these podcasts.
I disagree.
They've probably done me
disagree.
more harm than good.
And do you remember the time that you?
Oh God.
Do you remember the time you captained Team Scotland when we were having our games nights? That was also another very.
That was a lead balloon situation. He tried to demote me from team leader halfway through. He tried to take it off.
I was just. Hey, it was Amy who said that she would volunteer as tribute. Okay, that's on Amy. That's not on me. That's on Amy. And you brought Amy onto your team. You picked the team, so that wasn't my fault. You can't put that one on me.
I needed better teammates. That's what it was. It was nothing to do with me. My team that let me down.
And my team was victorious.
Well.
Yeah, and Dan, you had no idea, Danny, whether you'd won or not. Like, when I announced the final score, you go, "What? Wait a minute, we won?" You're like, "Yes." I think you won by 1 or 2 points. So, yeah.
We were losing at one point, I think.
I think you were coming dead last after the first round.
Yeah.
You are due.
We are due for another.
I agree. We need another games night.
Christmas games night.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, Christmas games night.
Well, do you want to do the same sort of games as before, or do you want to do Among Us? Because there seems to be a strange pageant girl seem to love stabbing people. So I don't know.
I'm never the imposter. I'm always a crewmate.
Olivia and I don't think Giselle and Olivia weren't on when we were playing. This was off air, obviously. You can tell when Danielle, if you've played Among Us, you can tell when Danielle's the imposter because she just gets very oddly hostile. All of a sudden, she just starts. We had Imogen. Imogen was playing, and Imogen had no idea what she was doing. Imogen was just going around happily stabbing people, but no one saw what she was doing. And Danielle starts to say, "No, you were doing this. You were doing this. No, I saw you." Then it's like, it's Danielle. She just gets very, very, very loud and very, very hostile. And then she goes, "Yeah, it was me."
It might have been the wine. It might have been the wine.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well, games night. Look, I mean, God willing, if and when Galaxy goes ahead, I'll actually be able to make it over there. If it is July, August, because Aussies are finally starting to be able to travel again. But it's going to be very weird because I'm going to know so many of you. So I just literally won't be able to cheer for anyone. Because
you have to sit there like...
Well, I know. So obviously, way back, like Alicia, who's still got the Oceania title. It's one of the first people I met in pageantry, one of my best friends. And then you've got you two, and then I've got Melanie in Canada, and then there's I can't even remember. There's so many people from everywhere. It's just going to be it's going to be like a family reunion. It's going to be very, very weird. And seeing you all in person in one room, I think my head will explode.
Yeah.
It is going to be surreal.
Well, it's been a while coming. It's how long have you two had your titles for now?
Like almost 2 years.
It was March 2020,
3
right?
years. It's been 87 years.
20 years.
Well, you got crowned in March 2020 before
18 months?
the world ended.
18 months.
Yeah, it's a bit probably even longer than that. And then you obviously had Miss Galaxy. Danny, what was the title before? You were London, weren't you?
I was London.
Miss Galaxy in London, and Olivia was Miss Galaxy Glasgow, right?
Mhm.
I remember interviewing you when you had your purple sash on.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Lifetime ago.
That was a while. The world's done a few turns since then. We've survived a pandemic, barely.
Yeah.
Dear me. Well, at least that part's behind us. Well, before we wrap it up for tonight, anyone got anything exciting coming up in the rest of 2021? Apart from Christmas, obviously, which Olivia is super excited about.
I actually found out, I forgot to say in my thing, that I'm going to be an auntie again, so that's really exciting. I'm getting a new niece or nephew, which is so exciting. So I'm buzzing. Not for Christmas, though, for like May time, so that's exciting. And oh yeah, I thought I would say here as well that I was meant to have the fun day for the kids, but because that's what my 150k challenge was about, but because of COVID we can't have it because it's just silly, the rules that don't make sense because they're in a room together anyway, but we can't have activities going on in that room because of COVID, so it's just a bit crazy. But hopefully next year we'll be able to have it, because I would rather keep the money and save it for when I can actually get them like a bouncy castle and an ice cream machine and a fire engine than have like finger painting, which they probably do anyway. Do you know what I mean, when they're there? So I really want to keep it. But just in case everybody was like, what's happening with that? In case you thought I'd took the money and done a runner. If not, it's just sitting there waiting. But hopefully we'll be able to do something really cool for the kids. Apart from that,
bouncy
kids,
castle.
that's what my life
does sound like fun. It does.
Yeah. Bouncy
castle and ice cream machine. You sure that's not for you, Olivia? It's for the kids. It's not for you.
Don't be daft. I'm definitely getting a shot though.
Giselle, Danny, anything exciting coming up in the next week or rest of 2021?
I've got Charlotte Clemmy's DJ night on Saturday, which should be fun. I actually managed to book a slot, so I will be doing a little mini shoot. I'm one of the first people to shoot. And then after I've done my shoot, we're going to relax, have some drinks, we're going to listen to some music, and we're just going to have a little pageant girl party. So that's exciting. Yeah. And then on Sunday, I'm doing a little viewing party for Miss Earth. So I think Meggie and maybe some of the Welsh girls might come round, and we're going to get Miss Earth up on the big screen and cheer on Marissa.
Is the winner announced on Sunday? I can't remember. It's so difficult to keep track.
I think it's Sunday.
Okay. All right. Jeez. It feels like Miss Earth has been on forever, but it feels like the ending is coming around very, very quickly. Oh dear. Okay. Well, that'll be exciting. Giselle, anything coming up for you?
Nope. I am signing through to December and then a new year begins. So, nope. Apart from the eco project that's coming up, very, very relaxed.
Sounds like a good plan. Okay. Well, let's leave it there for tonight. Thank you, Olivia, for coming on again.
Thank you for having me.
We managed to make it through without you embarrassing yourself or adding to your greatest hits collection. It was a pretty...
It was tame this time round.
I ended on a high.
We knew it was going to be a good one by her getting the intro done and dusted on one try.
There we go. You know.
That's true. Actually, because I keep all the clips, because I just like to keep things in case I need them again. I think I have all of the bloopers from Olivia's many recordings.
You should do a blooper, a mashup from a handover.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't be including the singing video, or I will fall out with you and I'll never come back again. I'll never be back. That'll be me.
Why are you okay with me putting the bloopers together, but you're not okay with the singing video? What's so
Because
bad about the
it's
singing
like-
video?
It just scars me for life.
She's got
every time.
PTSD.
I've got PTSD. I've got anxiety. Leave me alone.
Do you literally, does that song now just trigger you whenever you hear the first refrain? You can't listen to it.
I can't listen to the song. I can't listen to it. See, whenever it comes on, and my older sister just totally slags me whenever that song comes on. She always goes, "Sing along if you know the words." So like, shut up, don't say that. It's so bad. You just ruined it for me. Just absolutely ruined it for me. Could you imagine it came on at like internationals or something? It would really scar me.
Oh my god, opening round.
Could you imagine?
Yes.
Could you actually imagine?
Let's get Maria to make that the opening number song. Let's get Maria to make that.
No,
And we will
could
be
you
dressed
imagine?
up like Cyndi Lauper.
Could you actually imagine? Oh no. No, thank you.
I'm going to make my ringtone Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Have it so
He's
if
gonna,
Olivia
I
ever
know what he's
calls
going
you.
to do. He's going to make a blooper video and he's going to put "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" in the background. That's what he's going to do. I just know that he is. That's exactly what he's going to
You know how my brain works so well, Olivia.
Yeah.
It's surprising. You should just, yeah.
do. I'm just calling him
dear.
out. I'm just calling him out before it happens.
Yes, apparently I'm famous for putting these blooper videos together. That's what everyone wants. So anyway, it's been a ride. So when is Galaxy UK? It's Thursday week. It's beginning, right?
Is it the
It's not
this
20th,
weekend.
20th?
Next weekend.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck with your handover. That's not really a handover.
Handover.
I'm sure. Handover-ish. Handover 0.5. Thank you to Giselle and Danny for their time as usual, and we will speak to you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Sorority Access is now open, so if you'd like to join an amazing group of women and learn how to be the most powerful, confident, and impactful queen possible, head to thepageantsorority.com. I'll see you there and see you in the next video.